So what really happens when you just hand over your entire to-do list to an AI? Today, we're going to break down a pretty wild experiment to find out exactly where AI belongs in your workday. And maybe more importantly, where it absolutely doesn't. Okay, let's just dive right into this. The idea was pretty simple, but also kind of crazy. For one whole day, every single task, every email, every plan had to come from an AI. The goal wasn't to just blindly follow a robot, you know? It was to see how far we can actually push AI as a real, genuine assistant for your day-to-day work. But you can't just let an AI run wild, right? That's not a real test. So to make this work, there had to be some ground rules. This wasn't about creating chaos. It was all about structured, smart delegation to a machine. Okay, so here are the 4 big rules for this whole thing. First, AI gets to decide the structure of the day. Second, and this is a big one, no more staring at a blank email. AI drafts them all. Third, AI even helps pick out and get the ball rolling on that main deep work task. And number 4, and this is without a doubt the most important rule of all, the human stays the boss. You can, and you absolutely should, veto anything that seems unsafe or just plain stupid. The toolkit for this was actually super straightforward. Really just one tool for each job. A chat assistant, for the heavy lifting of thinking and writing. An AI search tool for quick research, a planner for your calendar, and a digital workspace to keep everything organized. Simple. All right, let's get to the first big test of the day. This is where the rubber meets the road. Taking that classic morning jungle of tasks and seeing if AI can turn it into a real actionable plan. And the starting point? Well, it was a brain dump. I mean, everything. Big projects, little reminders, meetings you forgot about, all just thrown into a single document. It's a total wall of text, pure chaos, and it probably looks pretty familiar to a lot of us, right? Now, what's really important here is the prompt itself. See, it's not just asking for a list, it's specifically asking for focus blocks, for time estimates, for suggestions on what to push to tomorrow, and even to schedule breaks. This is how you guide the AI to give you something actually useful. And the result? Boom. Instantly, that chaos became a structured workday. It grouped tasks together logically, and it even suggested pushing some things to the next day, which, let's be honest, is something many of us have trouble with. But it had one massive flaw. It thought a deep, creative project could be done in 45 minutes. Yeah, not even close. And this right here is a perfect example of why you can't just set it and forget it. The fix was so simple. Just give it direct feedback. By telling the AI to double the time estimates and add a buffer, the plan suddenly became way more realistic. You have to be the one to correct its bad assumptions. So the first huge lesson from all this is pretty clear. AI is an amazing planner. It can take your messy thoughts and build a solid structure. But you are the sanity check. You have to be the one to make sure that plan is actually grounded in reality. Okay, so with the day all planned out, the next big challenge was communication. The rule was clear: no more writing emails from scratch. And man, the workflow for emails? It was totally transformed. Instead of spending, 5-10 minutes drafting an email, the process was simple. Write a few key bullet points and let the AI instantly spin that up into a professional draft. The time saved was immediate. It was huge. And here is the magic prompt that made it all happen. The key things to notice here are the constraints: under 120 words, simple English. These small instructions are what make the difference between getting a generic, useless response and getting something you can actually use. But, of course, there was a catch. The first few drafts, they sounded a bit robotic, a little too formal. But the solution was so simple it's almost funny. Just add one more line to the prompt, telling the AI to match your personal writing style using one of your own past emails as an example. Problem solved. Now, this next prompt was an absolute game changer for meetings. Instead of just glancing at the invite, you can have the AI summarize the whole thing, predict questions you might get asked, and even suggest smart questions for you to ask. You walk into that room feeling like you've already done all your homework. So by this point in the day, a really powerful way of thinking about AI started to click. Just think of it as a brilliant, incredibly fast intern. It does the grunt work. It creates that first draft for you. But you are the boss. You are always responsible for that final review, that final sign-off. So after a full day of this, what was the honest verdict? Let's break down where this AI assistant really shined and where it just kind of fell on its face. So if you look at the final scorecard, you start to see a really clear pattern, right? On the left, you've got all these setup tasks where AI was incredible, structuring the day, drafting emails, just beating that dreaded blank page problem. But then on the right, the weaknesses all point to a total lack of real-world context. It was terrible at estimating creative work time, its initial tone was robotic, and it could completely misread the vibe of a meeting. And that really brings us to the ultimate takeaway. The real power here isn't about giving up control to a machine. It's about strategically handing off the setup work, the first drafts, the planning, the repetitive stuff, so that you can free up your brain power for the decisions that actually matter. So, should you let an AI run your entire workday? Probably not. But can you absolutely get some huge benefits from it? For sure. Here's a super simple challenge to help you get started. So here's the challenge for you. Just give AI 1 hour of your day tomorrow. That's it. First, let it take that messy to-do list and turn it into a clean, structured plan. Second, have it draft your next 2 emails from just a few bullet points. And third, ask it to create a rough outline for that one big, tough task you've been putting off. This is such a low-risk way to feel the benefits for yourself. So the final question is really for you. Which one of these tasks are you going to give to an AI first? The planning, the emails, or outlining that big project? Whatever you choose, let that be your starting